forget about it. We got that title because when Master Casey showed some Walu to Professor Wally J, Professor J said that it's something that should be, just forget about it. It's just too dangerous because it teaches you how to drive through an opponent, to really throw your energy, throw your power into the opponent. I want you to know that the techniques, the things I show, is my complete interpretation on my own through what I've learned from Professor Cravens and as well as others. But don't blame Professor or anybody else for the things you see. They bear no resemblance to any type of reality whatsoever. So with that in mind, we're going to start going through the Walu form tonight. Walu 1. I think it's the value of this is perhaps those of you that do Walu. There's a few people that practice Walu throughout the country. Maybe you'll see something you haven't thought of. It always helps me. If you think something is different or you have an interpretation of a move that's different, that's very good. That's very good. We each want to
1, 2,
work how we feel. After all,
1, 2,
it's not
3,
the
4.
technique that's important.
How's the hands? Some people do this. Some people do this. It doesn't really matter. 1, 2. Don't lop yourself here. 1, 2. Something, nothing. Something, nothing. 3, 4. Okay, George will help me now. Now, if I get carried away and I turn too much, then he gets raining projection and I've got a problem. Here. Slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's no point in me playing around his center when I can capture center. If I can't capture center, that's one thing. If I can capture center, then I want to do so. So why should I go way over here with my energy this way when from the beginning I can capture his center and then everything else is just taking him off center and taking his root. 1, so if it's possible to go to the center here, that's what I need to do. Sometimes it's not possible. The guy's bigger, he's turned a little bit, he's at a little bit more of a combative stance. This move here is not just using the shoulder to pull. He can pull too. I get the energy by having a connection to the ground. So I said left, almost left, left, almost right, right. When I do this, I change my weight. I don't worry about the pull. 1, I don't pull like this. It just thoroughly depends on how strong he is if I can pull him. I change my weight and vortex with a connection. With a connection. If I start to pull like this, he feels that. I pull, he pulls. He pulls back or he folds and crashes in like this. Here. Now, he doesn't feel the muscle pull. I simply have the connection to the ground and turn like that. If I pull, I can throw myself. If he gives really easily and I do like this, I can throw myself in the wrong direction and he can get raining projection. 1 here, I don't pull. I establish the connection and turn. Now, from here, I'm on center. Okay? 1. Oh! This this time, we went into an application of chin on. Here. Not like this, going that way. If I miss, he takes running projection. Connect. I don't do like this. If he's stronger than me, or if he folds like he just did, and silk drills out of that, then if he can change quicker than I can, I'll get a problem. It's just establish the connection, move the center. Establish the connection, hold the position, move the center. Initially, I would like to have a mind hit, something that hurts him, so it's easier to do what I want to do next. That's not always what can happen. 1, 2. Now, he feels this is a danger. His hand is here. When I make this connection, I can use the other hand to help me. Let's do the other side, George. 1, 2. I'm coming up for an eye cut. He blocks it. That's when I go here. You got it. You got us all the way in. Okay. From here. Now, my energy is not going this way because he's going to be able to counter me easily. My energy is still going toward him. So even though I have the arm, the energy is toward him. Now, if he moves this way, I become the little wheel in the big wheel and head him off. I cut off his ability to circle me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 strike here. This could be a strike. Now I'm closing in on his center and I'm finishing him off. Here, I'm closing in his center and finishing him off. Something I want you to think about when you do this is the holes that you're leaving. So if this guy, nothing looks good if he's not committed. If he's not committed, then whatever I'm doing, he can counter so many different ways. So someone that's working with you can make you really look bad by doing little jabs and little things that is not throwing energy at you. So when he comes, I like for George to come a little bit harder with his energy so that I can have something to work with. But still, I have to be aware whenever I'm doing an offensive technique. I need to be mindful that in desperation he could strike back, and if I'm not thinking about where are my openings, I could have the situation really turned on me quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we go. And that's about what we got with that move. The next move, just in the air, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to step with a sledging step which moves me out of the line of his energy in a straight line coming. I could just go like this, but my body has not been moved out of the projection. So I did the first part to show you reference to the form here. So I feel like the sledging does two things. It moves my center line out of the line of projection. It also sets me up for healing, what we call healing, in Walu. So when George and I are talking and he throws a punch, whoa, just for me to go back, I'm going to get caught up with. His projection is quick. For me just to come here, if he's stronger, or if he's taking the punch and knows how to be drafted in, he can take this energy and draft himself back into the line of the target. So from here, I'm just going to take this step here, which I feel like is very, very, is much quicker. Now, in the form that we do, we go here and step behind. I feel like from here you've got a good switchblade going, and you're adding this step behind, which can bring into a number of throwing techniques. If you think about it, let's go this way, John. I don't feel like from this posture you're going to come back this way anytime soon. That's just too much time expended. Here, arm break. So elbow, grab whatever you have. I feel like from here it sets up a natural throw, or if his hand suddenly lets go, then you've got a spin. Spinning is the last thing besides going on the ground. Spinning is something that you would not do unless that was just your specific forte. Certainly not something I'm going to do unless I'm pressed where I have no other option really. Here, here. Turn, and then you've got all kind of things from there. Once again, slowly from this angle. The guy's pretty quick. I want to hit as soon as I can. This could happen. We call this infinite permutation. Anything could happen. Here. Now, I'm not spinning off in that direction. You must always be in tune with his center and your center. Here. So I'm spinning very close to him. Thanks, George. So I hope that sheds some light on a little bit of the Walu that we do here. And as we keep going, I'll try to give you more ideas. I want you to know that the moves, the form, the application is pretty meaningless unless you have the energy of the body state, the principles we talk about in Kai-Sai Kung Fu, and the ability to take the energy within your own body and put it into the other person. You can look good in the air, you can look crisp in the air, but if you can't throw that energy with any tool at practically any time, then you're always going to be working in a deficit. And hope that the guy does the right thing that will allow you to do what you want to do. And that's just a game of chance. Okay, thanks. We'll see you again. Okay.